What?
What's that weird light?
Oh.
Quick! Grab onto the tree!
I'm sorry, what? This is scary. Oh, that is scary. Oh, no, imagine the amount of people. Oh.
We gotta stay focused or else I'll fade out! Wake up, Taizu!
Man, now that all of civilization has been turned to stone, like, it's crazy to think. Hi everyone, I'm the Idea Maker, and today I'm going to be reacting to Dr. Stone Season 1, Episode 2. So last time that we left off, it's something random happened to the whole entire world to where everything was just turned to stone, and we have no idea who or what is behind it. We also know that it is about 3,700 years and later into the future, to where, you know, both Senku and Taiju have to restart civilization by using science and trying to figure out how to be able to restart civilization and how to be able to free everybody from stone. So we're going to find out more throughout this series and be able to see what more exactly we're going to get into and what kind of a story we're getting. And I feel like the more we go through this series, the more we're going to know a little bit more about a lot of elements and the periodic table elements, and more about science and more about engineering. So we're definitely going to be learning a lot through Dr. Stone, which I'm super excited about. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into the reaction for Dr. Stone Season 1, Episode 2 right now.
Well, we're gonna revive everybody sooner or later, so it doesn't matter all that much who we start with.
Right.
Although I suppose it would suck if we happen to wake up a murderer first.
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty intense and it would be pretty crazy.
So, Taiju, it's all on you, my friend.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's going to be very obvious, but we'll see if that happens.
All right, I'm ready. It's go time. Let's pour that miracle water! It's gonna turn her back to normal again, right?
Yeah, I believe that it will. I tried it on a piece of broken stone,
Oh.
and it turned into a hunk of dead flesh.
Oh, that's scary.
I did make the effort to put them back together first, obviously.
Right.
But it seems that once someone has died, reviving them is not an option.
Interesting.
Perhaps you should pray for them.
All right!
Yeah.
Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace!
The prayer more should be, Heavenly Father, please give us the strength and the wisdom so that way we could be able to use this miracle liquid so that way we can be able to get things going and restart civilization.
We
Guys,
need to take her back to camp and get some clothes on her first.
Okay, that's fine.
But how heavy is that statue anyway?
You better not be calling her fat!
Wow. Okay, guys.
What I mean is, wouldn't it be like 10 billion times more efficient to just wake her up and have her walk there with us? I can't deal with all this illogical thinking.
Yes, but what?
Hey,
What?
wait, you big oaf!
What? Oh no, we got an animal. Oh great.
Why is there a lion walking around Japan?
You think it's gotta be descended from a zoo animal, obviously! The
Right.
door must have been open when the zookeeper was turned to stone!
Right.
Without humans to contain them, all the herbivores were likely on the menu!
Uh-huh.
We can't let ourselves forget!
Right.
Humans aren't at the top of the food chain anymore!
I mean, they're gonna have to restart somehow. Just be careful. Oh, yikes. This is getting interesting.
Yeah, we are the only humans in the world.
For now.
We definitely spooked them, but they'll go in for the kill soon.
That's true.
Even if we get super lucky and make it back to camp in time, all we've got to fight them with our spears. Unfortunately, this was game over from the very beginning.
That's true. Uh-oh. What? What are you doing?
Use some logic for once, Taiju. I'm the brains, and obviously you're the brawn.
Right.
If humanity is gonna live on, we both need to as well. If
That's
we're gonna
true.
make a run for it, it's imperative we do it together.
Yeah. He's got a point.
You may be an athlete and strong as an ox, but you're not a fighter.
No.
Hey, if we can't outrun them, I thought of something we can do instead.
Which is?
I found this guy earlier. He was called the strongest primate high schooler. Shishio Tsukasa.
Okay.
If we can make our way through this in one piece, I promise we'll wake you up real.
Waste your breath. Let's just pour it on him.
Right. Hopefully this works.
Crap! We're surrounded!
Oh, great.
This is it.
Oh! Oh, so it is working.
Sorry. I know this isn't what you want to wake up to after sleeping a few thousand years.
What's the situation?
Oh!
Your whole body is covered in stone. Their alliance from your 9 o'clock to your 2.
Yeah,
This is about to get interesting. That's insane. Oh, sheesh.
I owe you.
What?
So I'll make you this promise.
What?
As long as we're together, the two of you will not be in danger again.
Okay.
From now on, I'll take care of all the fighting.
Okay.
That, Senku? We had brains and brawn, but now we've also got brute force on the team. We're just like the Three Musketeers.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything I could use to butcher this with? A knife, or at least something sharp, if that's all we've got.
Are you thinking about eating that thing? That's nasty.
Well, it's not poisonous.
Right.
The whole circle of life thing doesn't move me 1 millimeter.
Huh.
But I have to agree about not wasting meat or resources.
Right. Well, I mean, it is a natural thing that has to be done, unfortunately.
Interesting. The two of you built this?
Mm-hmm.
You've got a laboratory?
Yep.
I'm Shishio Tsukasa. Just call me Tsukasa.
I suppose family names don't really mean much in this world. I'm Senku, the brainy one behind our scientific advancements. Taiju, the simple one, handles all of the grunt work.
I'm Taiju, the simple one. It's true.
Uh.
Senku does do most of the thinking around here.
True. This dude is something. That's crazy. This dude can do everything practically.
What's wrong?
What? What? It's another person. Who's this?
Sorry if I startled you. Just noticed this person buried under that rock.
I said he was a solid dude, didn't I?
It's like having a superhero on our team, huh?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. It's like if Tarzan became even more of a superhero.
It's time to take a fun little pop quiz. For a technological civilization, what's the most important component to have? Right answer will get you 10 billion points.
Electricity.
Smartphones!
Oh, sure. Yeah. Smartphones would be great, wouldn't they? We're not jumping 10 billion years into the future, dummy.
True.
Maybe iron?
Iron's pretty important, but not at this stage. There's something far more crucial.
What is? What is it?
It's calcium carbonate.
Of
Okay.
course! Once again, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean lime?
Yep. Let
Okay.
me think of a way to put it that even someone like Taiju could understand. It's the stuff they use to mark athletic field.
Oh.
Cool! So we're gonna have to find a gym storage locker and grab some whatever that was carbonate?
Oh,
No.
sure, yeah. Let's just head to the gym. Don't be such an idiot!
Right.
We'll find one after 3,700 years!
It's gonna be pretty eroded from there. Or
You know
something.
those shells that you've been using to shave your big oafish face?
Uh.
If we pulverize them into a powder, we'll have plenty of calcium carbonate in no time.
Okay.
Check it out. There are 4 super useful things you can do with it. First is agriculture.
Okay.
We can use it to blow away the hydrogen ions in the soil, and that'll be a major upgrade for the farmland.
Okay.
Second is construction. Heat it up and mix it with sand, and you have mortar.
Really?
Mortar's like a less sophisticated cement.
Mhm.
We can use it to build houses and furnaces.
All
Third
right.
is hygiene. Gather calcium carbonate from seaweed and blend it with oil, and the reaction makes soap.
Really?
This world is brutal, and getting sick means game over.
Right.
But a little chunk that gets rid of harmful germs is a lifesaver in a world without doctors.
Mm-hmm.
You can call it Dr. Stone.
There we go. Nice title drop.
I mean, you freed me during a lion attack, but you stayed calm and spoke clearly. I've never met anyone like you before. You truly have my respect.
There we go.
For at least the last 10 billion years or so, almost without exception, a man who praises another to his face is either flirting or scheming.
Hmm.
So what are you getting at?
Oh.
So this is the kind of stuff you gotta do to build a civilization, huh?
That's right. One step at a time. The journey is a slow one, that's for
Mhm.
sure. But we keep on getting closer.
Right.
Hey, so what was that 4th thing? You said there were 4 uses for the seashells, but you only told us about 3.
Right.
No, there are only 3.
You
I
said
said
4.
3 earlier, didn't I?
You said 4.
Oh, did you?
No. No, you said 4. I'm wondering if the 4th thing was not said because he doesn't trust Tsukasa for whatever reason. Oh. And he's awake. Oh. A crossbow?
A long time ago, there was a poor boy whose little sister was going through surgery.
Mm-hmm.
He collected seashells to make a necklace for her and help her feel better.
Is it him?
His sister loved the Little Mermaid.
Oh.
But along came an older man who owned the fishing rights to that part of the beach. He reeked of booze.
Oh, yikes. Oh!
The boy thought he was collecting shells, but the man accused him of stealing the shells and beat him so badly he was almost unrecognizable. He was never able to make his sister feel like the Little Mermaid.
That's sad. Oh!
You do know what you just did, don't you?
I think
That
he
may
did.
have looked like a statue, but we both know you just killed a man.
Right.
Tell me something, Senku. Are you planning to bring back all the greedy, black-hearted adults who ruined the world we came from? Sure. They'll be overly grateful to you right after you help them out, but as soon as civilization returns, the rich and powerful will say things like, "This used to be my property, so you better start paying me rent." Next, they'll try to collect taxes. They'll rob the young people like us of our future all over again. We simply can't bring that kind of world back.
That's an interesting way of
We
looking
live
at
in the
things.
stone world now. A paradise that hasn't been ruined by greed. I think we should only revive the young and pure-hearted, and make sure that we keep this world natural and not owned by anyone. This is our chance to purify humanity. Don't you agree with me, Senku?
That's an interesting idea and an interesting question, actually.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
That
I
speech
mean,
didn't move me 1 millimeter.
mm-hmm,
I'm the kind of guy who absolutely loves technology.
mm-hmm.
I get excited by space and mechs and Doraemon and stuff like that. I'm going to use the awesome power of science to rescue every last person.
Interesting. Wow. Actually, you know what? Senku does have a point. But you know what? We're gonna get to the discussion part, and we're gonna touch up on that. So we're gonna do so right now. All right. So that was actually a very interesting point brought up by both Tsukasa and Senku. And honestly, um, this is actually a legitimate question that a lot of people might not even think about. They might think about it, but you know, it is a debatable question. So, tell me in the comments, do you side with Tsukasa on this issue, or do you side with Senku? In my personal opinion, I do side with Senku on this because I understand from Tsukasa's point of view, you know, yeah, people are going to go back to being greedy all over again, and they're going to do as much as they can so that way they could use people and harm people in any way in their capacity as much as possible. And honestly, it's a terrible thing. Tsukasa is right about that. All the time, us as human beings, we're pretty much on the selfish side. A lot of the times, we're just plain out selfish. And you know, some people they want more. Like the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And it's just plain out wrong. It is plain out wrong. I can understand where it's just the pure hearted, like the pure and innocent. I can understand, you know, only wanting to bring those type of people. The only problem that I see with that is that if you only just bring back the pure and innocent hearted, the problem is that they're not going to know much about how to be able to survive. They're not going to know how to be able to thrive in a world where there's no, you know, legitimate guardian that their minds are developed, that they're not going to know what they can what they need, what they can do or what they need. And the thing is that they're gonna be it's gonna literally be like Lord of the Flies, if any of you guys have read it, to where, you know, these kids are gonna end these kids, you know, these young adults, they're gonna end up fighting for power. They're gonna end up fighting for their lives. And the thing is that even though they are only gonna bring back a specific amount of people, you're still gonna have those hierarchical issues, society issues, economic issues, and you're gonna have so much of that within a small amount of people. If you do that and you only just bring back the kids, you bring back the innocent minded, you bring back the wholehearted, and you just only bring them, I think that it's going to be an issue. Was it a good idea to bring back certain people like criminals or any of that? Now that's a different topic, because that's a double-edged sword, because if you do, the crime could go back to the way that it was. But at the same time, if you don't, that could also be it could also mean a lot of good things for people. But at the same time, you know, crime is going to happen everywhere that you go. People are going to steal. They're going to, unfortunately, you know, M-word them. They're unfortunately going to do a lot of things that are going to impact a lot of people and their ideas and just their ideologies. And it's going to be something to really digest and divert into, because I do agree with Tsukasa about the fact that, you know, there's some people that shouldn't be brought back, but I do agree with Senku a lot more, because for me, looking at it as a Christian, we have to love our enemies and we have to love our neighbors. And if we don't love our enemies, then we're not loving ourselves. And if we don't love ourselves, then we're not loving God, because that God loves us and that He created us. We're supposed to respect other people. And sure, you know, we could all be able to, if I was in this situation, I would agree with Senku more, because we'd have the ability to be able to restart civilization. The Lord would give us the same wisdom to be able to try to figure out a way to bring everybody back as much as possible. And those who ended up getting destroyed or cracked or broken during natural disasters, and the thing is that what we're going to have is that, sure, they're going to have issues with bringing them back, and we can't do so, but I feel like it's important to recognize and understand that this is going to be a different story if if we go and only just bring back, you know, some people. I know that it sounds a little bit all over the place, but the thing is that I'm trying to come up with these different things at the exact same time, because if you bring back everybody, you know, civilization is going to restart, rules are going to restart, everything's going to restart. We then could be able to look upon these things and think maybe there's a way to be able to restart everything and restart civilization from the ground up and restart it to the point where everyone could be able to have equal rights and equal opportunities, and that way there wouldn't be a lot of issues that we currently have right now. It's kind of like a revelation thing, to where, you know, God will restart the world, and he will restart the you know, the universe, and he will restart with us first. Like, he will recreate the new Jerusalem, as it says in the Bible. And at this point, you know, like, those who accept God will go to heaven and will be with him for the festivities of 1,000 years, while unfortunately the devil will reign on earth for 1,000 years during the whole the whole incidents of you know, first you have the rapture, then the second coming, and all these different events and that are disastrous. And then, you know, we're gonna have all these problems. And the thing is that with Dr. Stone, from what I see that this is one of those moments where I feel like, yes, it could be a bad opportunity and a bad thing to bring back all these people, but if you can be able to do it to where you understand everybody, and you guys come up with some sort of a system that will help people to kind of, you know, get together and fully comprehend what they can be able to do to restart civilization, to make things fair, to make things equal, and to make things to a point where a lot of people can be able to agree on something and start compromising on there. If we start having open minds with restarting civilization, then that means that we could be able to have a better future ahead of the rest of the civilization. We might have to restart with technology again, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same thing over and over and over. And I do believe that it is important to try to start this with everybody, so that way everybody's got an equal chance and an equal chance and an equal fair look at life in a brand new setting. And I honestly feel like this is going to be a better start. Sure, I'm being pretty optimistic, and especially there's a lot of things that go on where we're like, I don't even know, like, do we really have to with all this? But I feel like it is necessary that that we just go through with, even if we're going to have a lot of problems, because overall I feel like it's going to be a time loop. It's just going to be looping all over. You know, if you're not a Christian and you look at it from a non-Christian perspective on, you know, let's say humanity does destroy itself. If it does, it's going to restart all back up again. And when it does, we're going to have these same issues over and over and over, to the point that it's just a never-ending cycle until the world completely ends. The same thing with how it is going to be in the Bible. It's, you know, there is a possibility that maybe after the book of Revelation, maybe it's just going to restart into something else, and that, you know, we're going to have the same issues over again. But, you know, we don't know that, because that we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know where we're going to we're not going to know until the events happen. Okay? So it's an unprophesized thing yet, because, you know, God hasn't said anything about that. We don't know. And we don't know what he has planned for us. But we do know that, you know, in a situation like this, I think it is a good opportunity to be able to restart everything and everyone, and be able to try to make it to where we could be able to restart ourselves in a better light and in a better position. So I do agree with Senku on this. I don't agree with Tsukasa. I can understand where he's coming from, but I will agree with Senku on this one. I will back him up 100%. If I was there, I would be wanting to help him out in any way that I can, because that I feel like he is important. He is an important part of reconstructing humanity in this anime, and that he's an important part of just wanting to just be not only a leader, but also a person that can prove that, yeah, he's a young kid. He looks like a young kid, but he's like over 3,000 some years old. But I think that he does have the capability to be able to do something well for people, and that he has the ideas and the brains to be able to restart humanity in a way that everybody could be respecting it. And yeah, maybe not a lot of people are going to respect his ideas, and maybe not a lot of people are going to be on the same level as him. But I feel like when it comes to that point, I think that that's where we're going to start seeing the downfall of humanity again. And like I said, it's going to be a vicious cycle. But in the moment being, I feel like Senku is an important part of this whole thing. Just like Taiju is also important because he is the brawn. But Tsukasa, on the other hand, is more of like the muscle and the fighter. Like, you know, you got the brains, the brawn, and the fighter. And I think at this point, right now, the three of them are going to be an interesting dynamic that we're going to have to see later on, and we're going to have to see flesh out. And I really am excited on seeing how this is going to flesh out later on. Like I said, I have seen seasons 1 through 3, but it has been a while, and I do want to be able to refresh on it before heading into season 4. And I have not seen season 4 at all. So I'm restarting from the beginning because I want to be able to remember everything. I want to be able to know and look at everything and you get to remember the references and get to see all that while also learning about, you know, about these different elements. And honestly, it's such a cool thing that we are learning about these elements. And I think that it's going to be a very educational lesson as well in every single episode, because Senku is one of those people that he will just be bringing up those fun facts everywhere that he goes, because it's Senku. How else do you think that he gets around and tries to be able to make a good day for himself? He's going to by having to educate people. And I think that's a very important thing. We need to educate ourselves, especially in a time where a lot of education is going to be we don't even know how education is going to be later on down the road. But if we don't teach our future generations this, they're not going to be able to know what to do with these different things. And if we leave ourselves in the dark and as ignorant as possible, then honestly, then it's like, what's the point on educating ourselves at all? Because if we don't educate ourselves, we're leading ourselves into a major amount of ignorance that it's going to literally cause chaos. So education is very, very important. And yes, we might not like school and we might find it to be one of the most dumbest things and stupid and everything, but I do feel like the way that some people teach it is going to be another issue. When you teach something to somebody and it just makes them stubborn, it doesn't make them want to learn, and it doesn't make them want to do anything, then you're going to be setting those kids up for failure. So with this, I feel like putting it in an anime setting is as best as possible, so that way they can be able to do what they can to learn at a pace where they feel like they're them, like they can be able to say learning is fun. So I definitely am excited for episode 3 and for the rest of this season, for seasons 2 and 3, and for the season 3 special, and for season 4, because I really want to see how this ends. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching my reaction to Dr. Stone Season 1, Episode 2. If you guys want to see more reactions like this, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on any of my social media, I have Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, aka X, and my Discord and my Discord server. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you all, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next videos. Bye, guys!